Welcome to the DJN TV Chill Room Chat, your space to unwind and talk shop. This episode is sponsored by MadeByDJs.com, innovative tools designed specifically by DJs for DJs. DJEventPlanner.com, the industry standard for streamlining your business and booking faster. And DJRequests.com, the easiest way to manage your dance floor's vibe in real time. Support the show by using our Amazon affiliate link at djntv.com/Amazon. Now, let's get into the mix.
Hi guys, welcome to the Tuesday Night Music Show. Damon has a topic tonight. Damon, what are we talking about?
Oh man, we're going to talk about our favorite Blue Eye Soul artists.
Tell the good people out there what Blue Eyed Soul is.
Okay, those are white artists who crossed over to R&B. Okay, and some of them have blue eyes, some of them have brown eyes. But either way it goes, there's white artists who crossed over into R&B, and they have done it well.
Yeah, done it well is the key on that.
Yes, they can show up at any barbecue, or you play some of their songs, and you be like, okay, grandma who's been sitting over there drinking her drink all night, she can groove.
Right. She's passing them the potato salad. They're okay.
Yeah, she's passing the potato salad to them.
So
you might even catch her kissing them one day. You know what I mean? It just it happens.
It would probably be a good idea to maybe point out a few artists that people would be familiar with to give them a point of reference. Do you have one that comes to mind, Damon?
Well, I mean, you cannot deny Michael McDonald. I mean,
right. Yeah.
He's probably one of the biggest artists around, you know, when it comes to Blue Eye Soul. So,
yeah.
You know, when he went solo, I mean, don't get me wrong, when he was with the Doobie Brothers, he was good, and we listened to him. But when he went solo, it was just like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, definitely a big artist right there.
No, he's a good one.
Yes.
The one that comes to mind that always seems to shock people when they find out it's actually a white guy is a dude named Bobby Caldwell.
Yes.
He had a track in the 70s called What You Won't Do for Love.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody swore that was a black dude.
He even deliberately concealed his identity on his album cover. He was sitting in the shadows.
Yes.
So you just had to make up your own mind. It's like, let the music do the talking, right? It's just...
He kind of looks like Chuck Mangione.
Yeah, but then when he popped up on the show one time, everybody's like, what?
Show up on Soul Train or something. They're like, the hell? Who's this guy? Yeah.
You got somebody, John?
Great job.
Because most of it came from England. I guess to quantify it, you say there's a time zone where this happened. Coming into like the mid 80s, maybe into about the 90s. And there was a lot of artists that, you know, British artists mostly, I think, that just, because they grew up on the Motown records and they like the soul feel. Like the first one that came to mind for me was Paul Young. And he kind of had that, you know, and he could really croon a ballad. You know, didn't do a lot of poppy stuff, but he leaked into our Billboard charts. They started hearing Paul Young, and he just kind of came from nowhere. And he was important enough to be included on the Do They Know It's Christmas record. He had a verse or whatever.
Over there. The only thing we got that was notable was Every Time You Go Away.
We got that.
Which was a remake of
that's not his.
Help Me Out. Whose song? Who did that track originally? That wasn't Otis Day, or not Otis. Otis Redding, was it?
Might have been.
I think so.
Okay. Righteous Brothers. Or I don't know.
From DJ Eric. Oh no,
Eric
he's just mentioning Righteous Brothers. And I think they qualify too. And that's into the 60s where, you know, artists had that ability to have that croon sound. Yeah. And when the Northern Soul stuff hit and that just got like so popular, we got a lot of it, and we'll go through a bunch of these names. But
sure.
So I give you Paul Young, and we could do a few more.
Eric, Damon, go ahead.
Well, I'm going to bring it back to the 70s. When this group dropped the song Sarah Smile, that took everybody by storm.
Yes, it did.
Talking about Hall & Oates.
Daryl Hall.
Yeah. They dropped Sarah Smile. It was getting played on every R&B station.
Yeah.
On the hour. So,
yeah.
You know, I had the 45 of it. My mother had the album. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it was big. I heard that song every hour on the hour myself.
Yeah. So you can't deny them. I mean, they
Sure.
had some
No,
other
they're
songs that crossed over too, but that was like,
well, he was considered a blue-eyed soul artist, or
yeah,
still is, I guess, considered
he
a
still
blue-eyed
is.
soul
Yeah.
artist. Yeah. Yeah. I got one in mind that's probably a little obscure for our audience, but his hero was Ray Charles. And I'm talking about Terry Kath from the band Chicago.
Yeah.
This guy, I mean, you would swear it's like, I like those Chicago songs where the black guy's the lead singer. No, he's not a black guy. He's
Uh,
the
Right. The
big
trumpet
old
players don't sing.
white Norwegian guy from Chicago. Yeah. No, but he's got a very soulful voice.
Yeah.
And he even plays pretty soulfully. He was Jimi Hendrix's favorite guitar player. I mean, he's plays with some serious passion, but his singing is really impressive too. Or was, I should say.
Yeah. What is Eric saying?
Eric's always saying something.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's John
What you
have to
got,
say?
John?
He's calling back to Jerry Lee Lewis. I don't think he went soul so much. He was pop and accepted because that's the records that kids in London were buying because they were looking to the US and they were getting, Elvis from us and, we got the Beatles later from them. But I think, a lot of it just comes from that Motown sound. And that was like the early 60s coming in. And you wanted to get on the radio and you wanted to have that kind of sound. But as I say, my sweet spot for it is just thinking of the British bands that try to do it. I mentioned before the broadcasts like Simply Red doing like Holding Back the Years and just how
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that is a
like
great one.
this it doesn't sound like U2. It doesn't sound like
No,
anything else that was coming from that side during that time period. It's like this is just very smooth and very chill, and you got to hear some great bands doing stuff like that. And they
the
have fun
the coolest Simply Red song, in my opinion. And I don't think it did anything in the US. Actually, oddly enough, samples Daryl Hall and John Oates song. It samples No Can Do, another Blue Eyes Soul artist. And so Simply Red does this track where they loop the groove for I Can't Go For That, and they do a track called Sunrise on top of it, where he does vocals on that. It's a beautiful song. It's one of my favorite. It is my favorite Simply Red songs.
Yeah.
It's really
I think
good.
they did a cool cover of If You Don't Know Me By Now, You Will Never Ever Know Me.
Yeah.
I think they
Yeah.
did that too. And it's like that just kind of fits the zone for this category
Oh,
too.
that absolutely does. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring it to a newer artist, who actually got in trouble because he's interpolated a Marvin Gaye song,
Oops.
and we're gonna talk about Robin Thicke. You can't deny he is definitely a blue soul, blue-eyed soul artist. I mean,
Sure.
right from the get-go, he was that was his pocket right there from the beginning, and
Right.
the boy can sing. You can't deny it. He can sing.
No, he can. He can.
Fast, slow. I mean, it doesn't matter. Puts on a really great show, great voice. So I got to go with Robin Thicke.
I'm going to go George Michael.
Ooh. So
This guy
we
is.
playing poker now? You just gonna see me with a George Michael?
Gotta raise your George Michael.
I
He's
think
got
you're Robin
faith.
Thicke and reached it. George Michael.
All right.
He's a hell of a singer.
Oh,
He's a
yes,
hell of a
most
singer,
definitely.
and a lot of soul in what he sings.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he
it's
was
not
good when he
chorus.
went Wham, but when he went solo, it was just like, yeah. He
Yeah.
took the jacket off and like, all right, this is what I got.
Yeah, he matured very quickly. Once he hung the jacket in the closet.
Yeah.
He did come out until Freedom 90. Yeah.
Right.
There's a song. There's several songs he did with Wham that are pretty
They're
darn good.
Yeah.
There's not the album version, the extended version of Everything She Wants. He does some really interesting things vocally in the bridge of that. There's a song on the Edge of Heaven album called A Different Corner. That's wow. It's an incredible song. Even Careless Whisper is
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
got a lot of soul in it, man.
Yes.
So even the Wham stuff,
Yep.
Right.
really
Like
he
One
brings
More
it.
Try and like all that stuff. When he locks into a ballad, boy, I mean, he just
Oh,
goes
he
for
does.
it. It
Yeah.
doesn't hurt that he was an amazing supersonic stellar singer either,
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
was
and
just
writer. And writer.
Yes.
And yeah, just all around good at what
I
he
would
did.
have to say my favorite George Michael song. He did a duet with Mary J. Blige, and they covered a Stevie Wonder song.
As, right?
Yes.
As.
And
Mhm.
If you guys haven't heard it, check it out. I mean, it's a phenomenal song.
I've had that in wedding playlists.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
that's a killer one. Go listen to As, just AS,
Yeah.
As.
Yep.
Yeah, as ALC
I use
was
that for
track.
cocktail hour a lot of times, just because it's
Super
so smooth. Yep.
Smooth.
All
Well,
right,
if we're
John.
doing smooth cats, I'm gonna have to take Mr. Robert Palmer and
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
and take everything that he was doing with, Sailing Shoes and Hey Julia, Sneak It Sally Through the Alley, and I think that whole period of his, even before he got into the '80s, it just had that right vibe to just fit R&B, and he could crank it up and do rock songs, and he could do some ballads, and then he just had that reemergence with Addicted to Love and Simply Irresistible in the early '80s. But I think he could qualify as Blue-Eyed Soul.
Well, how about Every Kind of People? I mean, he brings it on that track.
Yeah.
Does a
No.
nice job on that one.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Well, I got to take it to the queen of Blue Eye Soul. I mean, we can't leave this young lady off the list, Miss Tina Marie. I mean,
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Probably the best choice you could have made
yeah.
on that one. Yeah.
I mean, trust me, everybody knows Tina Marie.
Yeah.
For good and bad, but Tina Marie, the girl can blow. I mean,
Oh yeah. Favorite Tina Marie track.
ooh, you put me on the spot here now. She got so many. I can't even think of one right now.
I can't get past I Need Your Lovin'.
And Age 11 is great.
That song is so good.
Oh, I gotta go. Square Business is probably my favorite of all.
Square Biz is the one everybody knows. She did a
Yeah.
duet with Rick James too. That was pretty hot.
Fire
So-
and Desire.
Fire and Desire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was bringing it as like a queen
Yeah.
of soul, trying to keep up with Rick on that one.
Yeah.
45.
Yeah.
Well,
That,
Lover
Says
Girl.
Lover Girl.
Yeah.
Tina Marie, you can't deny her. So, Queen of Soul, Queen of Blue Eye Soul.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess it's my turn. I'm going to go on a limb here because I think this guy does a good job. And he was in a couple bands, had a great solo career. John and I like to argue about this guy quite a bit. Steve Winwood.
Yeah. Yes. He gets a
Yeah.
pass. He's
Yeah,
more than welcome invited.
Yeah. A very unique vocal style. It wasn't
Mhm.
just like, okay, this sounds like someone else. No, nobody really sounded like Steve Winwood. He had his own thing and hit great highs and did some really interesting vocal runs on his tracks. I'm thinking about like early solo stuff like While You See a Chance. That's a pretty impressive vocally. I would suggest that maybe you might want to welcome him to the barbecue. I'm just saying.
No, he's invited. I know quite a
Okay.
few people who had his albums, I'm
Yeah.
looking around, going back in memory, going through different record collections. Yes. There was quite a few Steve Winwood albums floating around. So yes.
All right. See, I got one I wasn't sure about.
No,
There
he
you go.
chased him all the way. He was even smooth back with Traffic Days. I mean, he's been around forever, and he's
Yeah.
kind of gets. It's a smooth style. Yeah. So yeah,
You're up.
I know. I was trying not to.
Hey,
forget.
heat is on.
I just raked one down too, and I was just trying to remember.
No
what
pressure,
I
but
had in
Damon's
my
in the
head.
room waiting to see what your answer is.
No. Who did I just have? Oh, I was gonna play off the Michael McDonald thing a little bit and say I think for ballads and stuff that might have crossed over, take Kenny Loggins for a couple.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was that right kind of smooth show. Like a lot of the yacht rock can cross over kind of the same way if you were just a smooth cat singing songs in the
Mhm.
70s. And we only had so many radio stations to pick from, but you knew when something came on that felt different. It didn't feel like, cookie cutter pop that someone's just trying to fill 3 minutes at a time.
Yeah, a lot of his ballads would cross over, and
Like
Yeah,
I don't know if
absolutely.
he goes up to as far as like This Is It, like when the yacht stuff with like the Heart to Heart and
He had some interesting runs in those songs. Those may not have been R&B songs, kind of like Hall & Oates in that regard, but they had some songs that,
right. He wasn't all the time that way, but I mean he had some
Right.
stuff that
Yeah.
would kind of definitely cross over and be like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
not changing the channel for this.
no,
This is-
you're not speaking out of school on that one. I don't think. I
No.
think Kenny Loggins definitely belongs there. He did some very interesting experimental things vocally that pretty cool.
Mhm. Okay, I got one more. I'm gonna bring it to a newer artist. Late '90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
John B. Um, if
I got nothing.
you're not familiar with John B. Oh
No.
man, John B is really smooth cat. He was probably about, I'll say about 5 years before Robin Thicke.
Okay.
Okay, so he came out, he dropped some really smooth songs. He even did a song with Tupac. So he was
Yeah.
so he was embedded into the barbecue with that. Just yeah, but definitely check out John B. I mean, the guy is smooth. I just wish he would have had a little bit longer career, but he dropped some really good stuff.
Well, a cat that did have a little bit longer career that we haven't mentioned that I think qualifies is Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah,
And with songs like Senorita, I mean, that's pretty cool. He was doing some really neat stuff in that song. And what was the other one I was thinking about?
Oh, it's like Crimea River and stuff, like stuff that crossed
There was
over.
another one I was
That-
thinking of specifically. What the heck song was that? Uh, it doesn't matter. But no, he's definitely a blue eyed soul artist. I mean, he's
yes he is.
especially his solo stuff.
Hmm.
He really brings it, does a really nice job with it.
Of course, he almost got kicked out of the barbecue after that Super Bowl appearance, though. But
Yeah, it did Janet dirty.
yeah, he did Janet Dirty.
Yeah,
So
we all never really know what happened there.
we really don't. But he didn't. He didn't. He didn't really go with it like he should have.
Mhm.
So he almost got kicked out of the barbecue. They had him pinned against the fence and was just like, all right.
Had all
Gotta
the
go.
dogs barking. Arr, arr,
Yeah.
arr, arr, arr.
You gotta go.
Gotta go.
Almost so close.
Vocally though, vocally. Yes.
Vocally, yeah, he's good.
Vocally, he's there. Yeah, he's probably, he's the shining star out of the NSYNC area. Because you can't
Yeah.
really do the same with any of the other boy bands. I mean, you have New Kids and Backstreets. It's like
Nah.
who really just went to, superstardom out of those. It's like
Sure.
Justin owns that.
Right.
All right, so here's one I think that might be an interesting discussion, and this is the throwback to the old school singers, and I think you have to take someone like Harry Connick Jr. and just think of him doing like "Whisper Your Name" and some of the throwback covers. That it's kind of got that old feel,
Mhm.
not necessarily like my, want to listen in my days off. I don't play his CDs around the house. But if I'm trying to please a crowd or something with something that just kind of has that crooner style, because
Yeah.
Eric did mention Frank Sinatra, which is kind of, when that's all there was, that there was a time that's all there was Frank Sinatra. We didn't have any of these
Right.
other groups
Yeah.
to talk about. But to take some of the initiative of those songs and try to bring new life into them and bring them to a new audience and modernize them a little bit, I think that you should check out Harry Connick and some of his stuff.
Mhm. Okay, I got one more.
Eric something, yeah.
I'm gonna take it to a band this time, full
Okay.
band,
Okay.
and they crossed over big time, and they actually name says it, Average White Band. I mean, come on now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're letting you know we're white, but we can get
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, a bit like a Wild Cherry in that regard.
Yeah, right.
That's
Well, so
another
it'll be
one.
another
Yeah.
follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you gonna go another band, Wild Cherry? I mean, came out with some of the funkiest grooves, and you just be like, man, these boys can play.
Yeah.
Which hood did you guys grow up in? I mean, because you're playing.
Right. No, they're playing.
Well, yeah, Average White Band, and then Brian said Wild Cherry. So,
They sound more like Ohio players than, or the horn section for Ohio players anyway.
but back then a lot of bands had horn sections. I mean, that
Yeah.
was like the cool thing to have.
Cool in the Gang and
Yeah,
Earth, Wind and Fire, Chicago.
yeah,
War. Think about Vehicle or Ides of March, right? Da, da, da,
Ides of March. Right.
They're just jamming, and it's just like, oh, it's like it's good music. Good music is good music, and it's colorblind, and it's a beautiful thing.
One of the greatest concerts I ever saw was Earth, Wind and Fire in Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't tell when Earth, Wind and Fire ended and Chicago started playing, or vice versa, because
Yeah.
there was no breaks in the songs. I mean, besides knowing their catalog, you didn't know which band was which really, because soon as one end, the other one was sliding right in, no breaks, no in between. They just like hopped on stage and just and just kept going with no problem.
It's a
So,
mega mix, yeah.
yeah,
It's just gonna keep on
basically
rolling.
it was a 2.5 hour mega mix.
I think when you're talking about anybody who plays like a classical, I would consider a classical instrument something you'd hear in an orchestra. The older you get, the better you get typically. This isn't
Yeah.
like oh, you're young and you're this, what do they call, you're young and gifted and you're playing whatever you call it, prodigy. No,
Right.
the older you get, the more you can master your instrument. So you look at the Earth, Wind, and Fire horn section and the Chicago horn section collectively, there's 1,200 years there. And
Yes.
and they've got 1,200 years under their belt of playing and they're damn good. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a lot of years of playing.
I got one more, and if I screw the name up, John will probably correct me. He probably knows, but I'm pretty confident the cat's name is KJ, the cat from Jamiroquai,
Okay.
Ooh, yes.
the lead singer from Jamiroquai.
Yes.
And
He
you
definitely has some soul in him.
yeah, I listen to tracks like Virtual Insanity, and it's like,
Mhm.
wow, this is like,
Yeah.
is that Stevie Wonder? No, that's not Stevie Wonder, but it
Yeah.
kind of like Stevie Wonder.
I thought he was more like Lenny Kravitz soul. Is he actually
He's one of us, John.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
one of us.
Brian had to cross back over to the pond to go grab somebody, but
Yeah, believe it or
no,
not.
no. But
Yeah.
the guy he's good. He can
Yeah.
sing really well, and yes, he's invited to the barbecue.
He's Caucasian.
No problem.
Yeah. You got one more for us, John?
Can we maybe give a nod to Frankie Valli and what he did with the
Oh
Four
yeah,
Seasons through the 70s,
absolutely.
and how they just took disco into soul clubs and swearing to God and stuff like that. It's like, okay, I think he's kind of in the conversation with,
Yeah,
he can cross genres easily, considering he came from doo-wop 50s, 60s, and still was relevant all the way up to into the 80s.
well, I mean, you can look at the 70s stuff like Who Loves You and My Eyes Adored You and those kind of tracks. Absolutely. But even going back to the doo-wop stuff, yeah, I mean that was R&B stuff. Four Seasons did R&B charts.
Mhm.
It's that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's a good one.
And he's still on tour, and they just keep wheeling him out on
Yeah,
stage.
yeah, poor guy.
Yeah, they need to stop that.
They need to leave him
Yeah,
alone.
just gotta
Just let him
stay-
chill. Leave him
Yeah.
alone.
Please let him
Yeah.
enjoy his few years of his retirement.
Leave
Don't
him
make
alone.
one every night.
That poor
Or Frankie
guy.
Valli. We're here for you, Frankie Valli.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Frankie Valli needs a day off. That's the t-shirt.
He
Summer.
needs some, yeah, he needs a summer off or something. I think. Give him out of county fairs for a while, but well,
Yeah.
there's a cool show for you. Give you some ideas of some blue-eyed soul artists. Eric had a couple he threw out in the comment section. One that you mentioned was actually I'm agreeing with him on this one. Boy George Culture Club. Some of his tracks, he absolutely nailed that. He did a really good job.
He
with
did a
that.
lot of stuff really well. The whole androgynous thing and the whole like you can't pitch. Is he reggae? Is he English? Is he?
And they're very ska influenced, but man, his vocally, especially when he was younger, yeah. But this show is brought to you by DJ Event Planner. Please check them out in the description of this video for more information. Thank you, DJ Event Planner, for being one of our channel sponsors. That's it. We will see you next week. Good night, everybody.
See you in 2 and 2.
Please give Frankie Valli a day off.